Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. I have a plan with me here for you today, and this is a kit called Tan Lines from Sadie's Stickers. This was actually her previous format before the current one that we have. It might be a little bit older, I'm not 100% sure. There have been a few changes to her kits, but I think this was a previous format. This kit was from last summer, and it's really beautiful. I love it. This was actually when when florals were just coming out, and she just made her add on like half floral and then half boxes. So really thankful she changed it and split those in half basically. So you're able to get like a full quarter sheet of florals and then a full quarter sheet of boxes. But thankfully at the time I picked up a lot of these add-on sheets as you saw in the beginning. So I had plenty of florals to work with. But on top of that, I feel like I've kind of been taking a chill pill with florals. Like I don't feel like I'm using as much, and usually 2 sheets are sufficient for me now. Just because I'm trying to be a little bit more minimal with my floralizing. I still use florals, of course, but I'm trying to space it out and be a little bit more white spacey and clean and not as like I guess busy looking. So, and with that, I think a lot that has to do with it is the day cover deco, especially the collab I have with Panda Bird Design, the Gathered Layers collection. A lot of the strips are already done for you, as you see here, and it was so seamless to use. At the time, I didn't have the July month script for the sidebar, so instead I just made my own little section, and I did have extras of the individual designs with the floral and the doily, so it matched perfectly. But I'm obsessed with these day cover strips. They are still in the shop with Panda Bird Design, so definitely check that out. My code is Rachel15, and then we are updating my freebie, so be sure to check that out. It's got a lot of gathered layers things on it, which I think is very appropriate, right? So yeah, with that being said, I don't know if I mentioned that I do have a code with Sadie Stickers, but I always do. It's Rachel20 for 20% off, and then also my foiled freebie. I have a few stickers on my freebie that are very specific to spring and summer, but I think the rest of my freebie is pretty versatile to use all year round anyway, so hopefully you enjoy that. Anyways, there's a lot that's been going on. As you guys might know, my business with Ray and Tay, launched again today for our second launch, and we launched the Black and Tan collection with the Black and Tan binders and the terrazzo print. We also launched was it three? Yeah, 3 updates with the sleeves, 1 brand new sleeve, and then which is the washi sleeve, and then also we updated the Tuesday sleeve that carries the $2 Tuesdays, and then the quarter sleeves. So those are also now double-sided. The only sleeve that is not double-sided is the kit sleeve, just because it's one top loading thing, and typically you can kind of put your kits back to back, and that's pretty sufficient. So yeah, I just want to say thank you. Like, I'm truly speechless. Tay and I were texting this morning, talking a lot about how we were just blown away by the amount of love and support and the success our morning launch has been so far. It's just been so great, and we are so incredibly appreciative. But more importantly, we're so happy that we have a system, like an organizational system and storage for this very niche community of very specific sticker sheets and items that we have. For a long time there has been a need for that, and we struggled to find that, right? So that's why we just created this company, because we knew we wanted something like this. And if at the end of the day, we were just so happy to even have it for ourselves too, and just hoping that you guys would love it. And so far so good. We really appreciate the love and support, and you guys are really enjoying the items as well, and that just makes us even more happy, because it's just showing true like we filled a need, and that clearly this was something that the community didn't have for a long time. So the planner community is so vast when it comes to like the minimal planner community, happy planner. Like, there's so much out there. I know I'm missing a ton, but ours is so niche and very small compared to like a lot of those larger scale ones. Like, I love like the minimal look, so I sometimes still like follow those, like my pocket planner, my pocket rings, and all that good stuff. And then I follow like the happy planners and kind of see like what they do, and it's so large. But I feel like they definitely have a lot more like resources or things that are already created. And yeah, but I don't know, I'm going on a tangent here. I'm tired. It's 7:30. I could not sleep last night. I was telling Tay how I was up every hour on the hour, just because I was excited and nervous, like a good nervous. This is our second launch, and we were just so thankful to even have a second launch. The first one went so much better than we anticipated, and this one is going just as well. And it's just like the butterflies and the nerves, but all good and positive things. Like, it's a very good problem to have. Like, we are so thankful. But I didn't sleep very well, and then had a super busy day, just like running around doing errands. Our fence was getting installed today. Currently, Greg is actually out of town and traveling for work. So he has been traveling for like the past day, and he's somewhere international. So it's been kind of like nerve-wracking and just trying to make sure he's safe. Especially like whenever he travels like really far, I get kind of nervous, especially with everything going on still. And for like what he does for work, I just try to be I just can't really sleep as well, I guess. But anyways, so that's going on. And this week, this launch, work, it's just, all good things. Like, I would not say it's been like a stressful busy, but it's definitely just been a just go go go. But that's kind of how I am as a person. If you know me personally, I have always been known to be like a hustler. I grind all the time. My good friends are probably listening and like nodding, because it's true. Like, I don't know how to stop. Which is why I try to be so intentional about like my self-care stuff, going and get massages. I just got a pedicure with my little sister, and I try to like keep my phone down and really be in the present, because it's so peaceful and nice. But anyways, this week's done. Next week will be a new week, and Greg will be back home, which will be nice. And I just found out that one of my good friends who lives in South Korea, because her husband works over there. So it's really cool that she's visiting. She was my high school childhood friend, and she is gonna be visiting the area again. So I was actually very surprised to hear that she was in town. So we're gonna be meeting up next week. So that's gonna be really exciting. She's probably the closest thing to like a quote unquote childhood friend I have, just because I've moved every 2 to 4 years of my life, because I grew up in a military family. So I've never really stayed somewhere. And it's interesting because like Greg, polar opposite, like he still knows people from elementary school, and like people he grew up with, like his best friends he was like in kindergarten with, and I'm just like, how do you, what? And I think that's really cool. It's very fascinating. It's just a different kind of upbringing and lifestyle. I've always very much envied that. I'm happy that I'm kind of in one place, and I can kind of like plant my roots here and really stay still for a little bit, but I definitely still crave like traveling. And I think that's been like the hardest thing in the past like 3 years. Of course, everybody like with COVID and stuff is not really being able to travel the way I want to. Like, we would do one big trip every single year. And so the fact that we haven't done anything big has been kind of a bummer. But I am actually trying to look into traveling like the States. Like, I have never been on the West Coast. And listen, I am going to visit Tay and Lauren. I am. But I think it's so funny. Like, Tay and I talk a lot, or we talk about how like it's so fascinating how we did all of this together, like having a business and all of that, like without ever meeting each other in person. Like, you guys might not know that, but some of you do. But Tay and I have never ever met in person. So it takes a lot of trust and love to kind of do what we did. And I think that's also what makes our story so incredible as well, is just that in itself. Even same for like Lauren and a lot of my other friends that I've met in the community that are all over the country. It's so cool to build these bonds, and I've never actually met in person. I have met Alicia in person. Hopefully she visits soon, fingers crossed. But what's that? What was I gonna say? But anyways, like, I really want to meet Lauren too. I love both of them. I think they're so amazing, and I can't wait to plan something. I think we're hopefully going to try to plan something this year. But it just really depends on how the world is going. I feel like there's just something new every day. This is why I can't watch the news, because I was getting my pedicure and like they have the news on. I was like, oh my God, this is the last thing I want to be watching and listening to is the news, like when I'm trying to relax. But they're talking about like all the different viruses and polio and all the stuff going on. I was like, oh my God. I was just like, I can't even wrap my head around this currently. Like I think we're all kind of feeling it, right? It's like that cloud. It's coming right back, but or maybe it just never left. Who knows? But this is a very chatty plan with me. I'm actually not sorry. I think it's kind of cool to just talk about something other than the plans. I think I kind of use the same stickers religiously at this point. And you pretty much know where they're from, but if you don't, always feel free to comment below. I was so happy to pull in a lot of the Gathered Layers collection, and that was another thing. I finally had a chance to like sit down and truly organize a lot of my stickers using the Ray and Tay stuff. As you guys might know, from the first launch, Tay and I didn't really get too much just because we really wanted to put our business first and make a profit so we can continue doing what we're doing. And with that, we had to kind of sacrifice like our own sticker storage, you know. Humility and selflessness is not always fun. but yeah, no, we were happy to do it. It was just one of those things where it's like, I wanted this for us, and we just weren't anticipating like the reaction to be as amazing as it was, and we're so thankful. But like at the same time, I was like, listen, save some for Rachel, you know. I need some organization stuff too. So it was cool that this time around we definitely took into account things that we needed for ourselves, because we know we did this for us, right? Like too, like we are a part of the community and we also need the same kind of organization, and we thought about ourselves and how we were feeling as consumers. So we were like, yeah, we absolutely need to take care of our organization. So I took so much time, like it's so satisfying. I was able to fill 3 of the Ray and Tay binders just with my Gathered Layers collection with Panda Bird Design. That says a lot. It's a massive collection, rightfully so. So I understand it's only going to get bigger, just because like we have more plans coming up in the near future, which I'm so stoked for. But I'm even happier that we have the washi sleeves because I'm able to put the date strips in there, so they're perfect. But anyways, I was so happy to start organizing all my stuff. It's very nice and neat. I have a few more things I want to organize, but I do want to do an organization or like sticker storage video. This is my like #1 mostly asked question, or not question, but requested video. Gosh, I can't talk today. But I totally get it. I just haven't been there yet. And I think that's kind of why I was always reluctant to do it, because this has been something that has been brewing in my brain for a long time, was having this kind of sticker storage to accommodate for my needs and for things that are always changing the community. And, you know, like there was really nothing out there that really worked for me. I was using baseball card sleeves, but I was trimming all of my $2 Tuesday sheets just by a little to fit in those baseball card sleeves, which was so much work. So that was a big factor as to like why the Tuesday sleeves are so successful, and a big deal too, is because I don't want to have to do work. Like I want the sleeve to work for me. And so very thankful to have those. And yeah, it's just been nice and satisfying. I still have like other ways that I store my stickers. Like I still use acrylics for specific stuff. I want to kind of get back into using my filing system for certain things as well. And then I also have like mini scallop albums from Simply Gilded that I want to use for, and like from GP Sticker Studio, just for other collections I have. So it's not like an all-encompassing thing of my stickers, but it is the bulk. Like it is the bulk of what I use regularly. I feel like the other things are just very based on how often I pull for them. Is it really more of a collection because I really just like having them in one section or in one album? And the acrylics really store a lot of like my foils that I don't want to get damaged, that I use a lot and I pull from all the time. I don't want to like, you know, pop the foil off or scratch it or something like that. There's a lot of logistics that go into stickers. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to do that in the near future. It's something that I really, really am trying so hard, you guys, to get all of my organizing in place. But organizing my house like little by little has really like given me a better appreciation of just minimizing and living simply, like truly living to that, and just decluttering. It's just so nice for my mental health. It's satisfying. I've learned recently from a therapist that I watch on Instagram. She had posted the difference between oh my gosh, what is what's the term? I quickly had to go look it up, but it's clutter in stasis and clutter in motion. So there's a huge difference between the two. And from what I understand, clutter in motion are things that you really like need. Like say you have a book that is on your nightstand, or you have your AirPods, or like your phone sitting around, and a water bottle. That's like clutter in motion because they're things that you grab for a need and that are kind of moving in motion with you. And then clutter and stasis are things like, I think the example she had used was if you just keep throwing all of your raincoats right in a pile or on the floor in a hallway. You just don't really have a place for them, or you don't use them often, but they're there because you know you might need them. But if you haven't touched them in a long time, they're just kind of sitting there in stasis, and it's probably a good time to realize if you're walking around it to go ahead and then get some coat racks or something like that, so you can have it put away and out of your mind and like not so chaotic looking. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this chatty plan with me. All of my links are below, and don't forget to shop Ray and Tay. Take care. Bye.